Hi guys, today's memory verse devotion is out of Ephesians 5:15 through 17. It says, So therefore be careful how you walk, not as unwise men, but as wise, making the most of your time, because the days are evil. So then do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So as I was thinking through that scripture right now, as I'm filming, it's a time when a lot of people are in quarantine and a lot of people have time on their hands. If you might remember, if you're watching this a little bit later, there was a time when most of the globe, most of the country, and um, where I live, were put into a stay-at-home kind of order where they're not allowed to leave their home. Everyone has to kind of be where they are, and you're not able to go anywhere. And so, one of the questions that you might have, and one of the complaints actually that people have had, is I've got all this time on my hands. What am I going to do? I'm so bored. Yesterday, I was talking to some kids from Tucson Refugee Ministry, and they were just talking about how, with no school, how bored they are and they have nothing to do. Well, during this time, to be careful. One of the things I think that's helpful about this whole coronavirus COVID-19 stuff is that it's given us time to reflect about how short our time on earth truly is. That we sometimes take for granted how short life is, that we think that we have all this time in the world to be able to do the things that we want to do, to be able to tell the people in our lives how much we love them, to be able to spend time with them the way that we think that we can just continue to go about doing things that we would normally do, like watching TV or going out to go play sports or all these different things. And I think that um, making the most of our time, not being foolish, walking as wise men, to know that our life is very short, to be able to know that our time on earth is short and the time that we get to spend with people is short. So making the most of our time, to be good stewards of the relationships that God has given to us, to be good stewards of the time that we've been given. That spring cleaning that never gets done, that you could go ahead and do that, but also even more so than that is just taking the time to spend time with the Lord. I think a lot of people that are followers of Christ are faced with this conundrum. One of the things that people might say is that I don't have time to be able to get into the Word. I don't have time to be able to spend with the Lord because I have all this other stuff that I need to do. I'm really busy. But now, when the world has essentially ground to a standstill, what is it that is keeping you from spending that time with the Lord, from getting into the Word to be able to spend time with Him? A lot of those distractions and things that would have pulled for our attention before, they're no longer present. They're not barriers to us anymore. So that's what I would encourage us to think through, is to be wise, make the most of our time, knowing that the days are evil, knowing that there is such a short time that we have on this earth. And hope that's encouraging to you. And I know that this has been a challenge even for me, to make the most of my time and to understand that the will of the Lord is to grow in my relationship with Him, to grow in my trust with Him, to spend time with Him, and to allow Him to be the one that changes me. And that can only happen when I spend time with Him.